Hey everybody, welcome to the Cliff Yates Show. You are in the right place. Not everybody knows your vision. And it hit me today. I have a perfect example to show you visually. And if you're listening on one of the podcast platforms, I will describe it in detail, but you should head over to the YouTube channel, check it out, see the visual pictures that I'm putting up. But I got this perfect example. Not everybody knows your vision. You know, when you have goals, ambitions, and you let people know what they are, a lot of times family, friends, people who care about you, people that really love you might not be that supportive of your goals, ambitions, and your mission that you have. In your mind's eye, you know exactly what you want to pursue, what you want to go after. Or in this case that I'm going to show you, you have a creative vision in your head. Other people might not see it. In most cases, they won't. They don't know your vision. They don't know your aspiration, your ambitions. Now, I'm going to give you an example from our cottage in the Thousand Islands, New York, St. Lawrence River. This private island, it's been handed down from my grandmother to my parents and now to me. And in 2014, you know, after having years and years realizing, God, if we only had 2 bathrooms, you know, but where would we put it? And then I had a vision, a creative vision in my head. And I go, wait a minute, here's the perfect place for the bathroom to go just out the back door of the cottage. Because on that end of the island is where the septic tank is. And so the plumbing will tie right into it and hook up just as the other bathroom on the other side of the cottage does. And it'll be a perfect layout with 2 bathrooms on the one end of the cottage. And so I expressed this creative vision that I had with my wife, mom, and dad, and to a T, each one of them. I don't see a bathroom there. I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but I don't see it. They all said, we don't see it. And so I laid it out in sticks. There it is, 2014 vision for bathroom layout. See these sticks right there? I put a square out there because I was just trying to get a ballpark, layout. I was trying to paint a picture for them visually. No, listen, the bathroom will come right out from this wall and it'll continue. And then, so you'll walk right from the cottage into the bathroom. We can use the existing exterior door. And so I laid sticks out where I had a vision for where the bathroom would go. And just to a T, mom, dad, wife, we don't see it. We do not see a bathroom here. But we trust your vision and we need another bathroom. So, they went with it. And that's another thing. You want to have a supportive group, family, friends. You know what? They may not see your vision, but they will support you in your vision. They don't see it, but they trust in you. They trust in you. And so my family trusted in me with this bathroom layout. So we had connection with a friend in California who was a framer. He was a house framer. And I expressed this vision to him, and he saw it, and he goes, Cliff, I can do that for you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be out of work, come, I think it was July 2015. It looks like something I could do probably within 10 days. And sure enough, he came out, and he looked at it, and he saw exactly what I saw after I expressed to him what I wanted. But of course, he framed houses, so he has a creative vision for building. And so we started. He started here. You see, he put 2 pylons in the stone right there. So he took a roto drill, drilled right into that hard stone, which is all granite. That's what I was searching for. The word granite. So those granite rocks right there, he drilled holes in there, and then he put some rebar in there, and then he surrounded that with the cement forms to create those cement pilings that he is going to connect for the frame and for the floor truss. And so he had a vision. And matter of fact, he didn't even operate from plans. But if you have a picture in your head, those actually are plans. A house just doesn't pop up out of nowhere. There's architectural plans, right? There's plans and diagrams and measurements. And so I had an idea of where I wanted to go. And then so Jerry in his mind said, well, you know what? We can probably come out. It's only going to come out maybe 9 feet, and it's only going to be about 5 feet wide. I said, listen, all we need is room for a sink, a small corner shower, and then the toilet. And he says, okay, I got it. And so he started from there, and then we gave him a hand, but he already had it in his head and how to start. So here he is putting the floor truss in, and you can see there's this, he's got the brackets that he put in the cement. Because now once we made those cement forms, we had to wait like 3 days for that to set, and then he could get working on the frame. But of course, Jerry loved to fish, so he was happy. He was happy to wait 3 days and fish off the island. He caught about 25 smallmouth bass in the 10 days that he was there. Let me go to the next shot, and you can see there is the frame coming together. And Jerry, what a great framer. I never thought about this, but he made sure that he took his little angle iron thing there, and he took the angle of the cottage, the pitch of the roof, and then he made sure that the bathroom had the same pitch to the roof so that it tied in so nicely. It'll look as part of the whole cottage. It won't look like it's been added on. And he did such an excellent job here. But there it is. It's coming together, and it all started from my vision, right? Laid out the sticks on the ground for the family. But Jerry, see all that lumber right there? Jerry and he got this vision that I gave to him through my brain, and we went to the lumber yard. And he picked out the lumber, and he shipped his nail gun, he shipped some saws, and when he went to the lumber yard, and he eyeballed all the pieces that we picked out. When he got done with this bathroom, there was only one piece left, at about 1 foot piece of 2x4. That's how well he figured out in his head what he would need to frame this bathroom. That's how good Jerry was at doing this. And there's the finished product. And you see how we matched the plastic shingles there with the regular cottage, and it looks just like it. And from the inside, there's the picture inside, looking out that back door. And so right where that toilet is, that's right where, the grass was, the granite, right where the toilet paper roll is right where, those cement forms we put in, they're right underneath there. And as a matter of fact, you can actually see the plumbing right here on the bottom. So for the sinks and the toilet, and that goes right into the existing, I'll call it a sewage line, which goes right into the septic tank of the island. But this was, I thought, a great example of, I had a vision for that bathroom. And other people couldn't see it, but they trusted me that I had a good vision for it. And so we went forward. And then after it was done, the completed project, and everybody was like, oh my God, how did we go so long without this bathroom? This is so amazing, right? So now we have 2 showers, 2 toilets, 2 sinks. So we have 2 complete bathrooms in the cottage. And now the way we put up a couple walls, and at one time there were no bedrooms in the cottage, and now we have 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and it all comes down to a vision. As a matter of fact, my wife had this vision. We had the cottage, and then we had 2 porches, the length of the cottage. And then my wife had the vision, hey, if we put up a wall here, we can put a closet in here. Those sliders on the outside still will allow us to go out that way. And then we're going to have 2 bedrooms here. And then on the other porch, we can keep most of the porch for dining that we use it for. But on the end here, we can have a perfect 9x9 bedroom, just put up 1 wall. And now we have 3 bedrooms in the cottage, 2 baths. And luckily we had cameras in the cottage, and we were monitoring the guy who was putting in the wall in the one bedroom. And for some stupid reason, he was putting the door in the middle of the wall, which was going to screw everything up. So luckily we could see that on the camera. And so we had to call, hey, move that door, off to the side. It just was a stupid way of putting a door into a bedroom. And so we had it fixed. But that's, you have to constantly be monitoring your construction crew to make sure it's going to be congruent with your vision. But hey, listen, the whole idea of this video is this. You have a creative vision in your head. You have a mind's eye. Some other people might not see it, probably won't. Don't be discouraged or don't stop acting on your vision. Believe in it, follow through with it. Later, they'll come to see it. But from the start, they're not going to see your mind's eye. That's going to be specific to you and your vision. Follow your vision. Follow your dreams. Trust in it. It's going to work out for the best. All right, everybody, I'm Cliff Yates. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. All right, see you in the next episode.